Welcome back. This summer, more Americans are planning vacations than in 2024, with a higher incidence and frequency of trips. However, a recent Deloitte report indicates that summer travelers will take a more frugal approach, with the average summer travel budget set to grow more slowly than expected.
Joining us here on the couch once again is Trae Bodge, friend of the show, a smart shopping expert at TrueTrae.com, here to help some travelers save on their trips. So, if people are spending generally less money, then maybe people are following your advice, but I bet you have good strategies for people to keep doing what they're doing, but perhaps in even smarter ways that work better for them.
Yeah, so really flexibility is key. You don't want to have just one destination in mind and try to make it work. So what I like to do is have a few destinations in mind. Then I can start looking at flights, accommodations, exchange rate, what's the weather? And then I use flight trackers and travel aggregators. I like to use coupon sites like Coupon Cabin to find cash back and coupons. And then I also like to read travel blogs because I feel like they give me a real world sense of what a place is like and if it's a good fit for me.
You also say that loyalty programs can really have some big benefits. I'm one of those folks that I don't always fly the same airline. I don't necessarily reap all those loyalty benefits. But people who do keep track of that can actually benefit quite a bit.
Absolutely. Loyalty is really your friend right now because this is where providers can be very generous. They have a lot of wiggle room. So, for example, with World of Hyatt, who I work with, they have a partnership with Under Canvas, which are amazing glamping adventures at one of 14 national parks around the country. World of Hyatt card members get bonus points for every dollar they spend if you reserve through June 10th. And then World of Hyatt loyalty programs, loyalty members can accrue all those points during this trip. So then you can use those points to your next adventure. So this is the way that I would recommend going.
So how you pay when points are challenging and sort of confusing. Sometimes people think, okay, I'm better off doing a cashback card and getting the money directly, or I'm better off getting points just across a broad spectrum of ways that I can spend them. Or you can use a Delta card, American Airlines. Do you recommend people pay with something specific towards what they know they use or the airline that they regularly fly on?
This is such a good question, and this is such an important thing to think about when you're booking travel. This is a big ticket purchase, so you want to do it with the right card. So, for example, like with the Hyatt offer that I mentioned, you can get extra points just by using that Hyatt card. If you don't have that specialty card, think about using a card that has benefits that could be applied to your travel. Maybe there's a special deal where you can save on the flight. Maybe there are things like you can get free snacks on the plane or no foreign transaction fees if you're going overseas, bonus points. Use that card because it would be really, really helpful when you're making a purchase that could be thousands of dollars.
I feel like in this economic environment, too, a lot of folks might not feel comfortable or might not actually have the money for a big trip. So if that's the case, what would you recommend for someone that's, trying to take their family somewhere for the summer?
Yeah, and I'm a proponent of taking a trip, doing something, because we all need that family time, that friend time, that relaxation time. But it's also really important to be honest with yourself. If you can't afford a big trip right now, do something more modest. Maybe it's a staycation. You explore your town in a more in-depth way, or maybe it's a road trip. And then what you can do is make some tweaks and save for your next trip. Use those loyalty points that you may have just earned. Something my husband and I did a few years ago, we brought our lunches and coffees and teas to work every day instead of buying out. Every time we did that, we took that savings and put it in a jar. After about a year, we had enough for a scuba diving trip to Honduras for a week.
Wow.
That was something that we made happen even though our budget was tight. So it can be done, but it just may take a little bit of extra time.
It's going to sound funny, but I'm thinking of a conversation I had yesterday with Jeff, our AD, who said he and his family just wanted to go somewhere with green grass. They went to Connecticut. They went to this great hot dog place, and it was so simple and easy. It was just a lovely day. So you're saying almost that by saving the money that you can while you just get a change of scenery, do something with the family, you almost pat yourself on the back each time that, okay, we're saving a little bit of money for something bigger.
Absolutely. And something to remember is there are so many amazing things right here in the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area. We forget, and it feels like, oh, it's not an amazing adventure. We're not globetrotting. It doesn't matter. There's so many wonderful things that we can do right here that might feel a little bit different and a refresh for your family.
I love that.
You going anywhere soon?
Yes, so I do a summer trip every year with a bunch of friends to the same place in the Catskills, and this is just like our year trip that we've been doing for a dozen years. And then I'm going to France with my family and September, so I have 2 big adventures planned.
So these tips work.
Yes,
That's what I was thinking.
There you go.
Scuba diving for a week, too. That sounds fun.
Amazing.
You can find more of Trae's tips on Instagram at TrueTrae or on her website at TrueTrae.com. Thank you so much again for being here.
Thanks so much.
So glad to be here with you.
And we'll be right back.